Ayy, poppin' like I'm supposed to. Watch out for the people that ain't close to. Speak a little something you could toast to. I ain't tryna hear about what you won't do. Moving like I'm into. Hit the ground running like the rain do. Speak a little something that you're into. I ain't tryna hear about what you been through. Like hold up, say what's the hold up. I got the pack, who got the roll up? I'm tryna pull up. It seem like every time I show up, it gotta go up. See the drip, they see the glow up. Oh now they know us. See it's funny how my pockets out of shape, but I fit for the flex. Clear the phone call, hit my chick with a text. Parlay through the bird with my drip from the jacks. Save a couple hundred by your with the rest. I prefer my reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Ay.
What's up, good Vipo? Let me know that you can hear me in the chat by typing either NYC or second time or second try, NYC or second try, to let me know that you can hear me in the chat, because tonight we're going to be talking about corruption in NYC. We've been talking about Diddy. We know he originates from NYC, although his corruption and RICO activity and trafficking and all of that spans the globe. However, because he is born, bred, and raised in NYC, we're just keeping it all at home. And then we have Mayor Eric Adams, who there's been some rumors, some bubbling up, some smoke. Where there's smoke, there's fire, that he was under investigation by the FBI and charges were coming. And today that happened. And so we're going to talk about that. But on Tuesday, y'all? I forgot. I think it was Tuesday. We went live. We were talking about the latest survivor of Diddy and her filing a civil lawsuit through Gloria Allred. And we watched the press conference and we read an article and we did whatever else we did that I can't remember. And then we were going to move into the Bodyguard and talking about his debauchery. What's his name? Big Joe, who is Diddy's security, who was also, he was accused in the complaint. However, he was not a plaintiff. So anyway, but then I had technical issues, freezing on my end. Y'all said it was fine on y'all end. My computer was not allowing me to do anything. It had just kind of stalled on me. So I had to end the live. And then the next day I had to spend time clearing the computer, and I'm still recovering from being on vacation. That's a whole nother story. We're going to talk about that on Patreon. We're going to Patreon after this because I owe y'all a live. I've just been so busy. I ain't caught y'all up on everything that's happened since my trip. But anyway, thank you to the 73% of you who have said that you have liked and shared this video. Please do so if you haven't as of yet. It is free to you, but it is invaluable to me and the growth of my platform. Plus, we need to let YouTube know that I am still here. It's all screwed up, y'all. That's why my views are way lower. And so we gotta get back in the algorithm. It's the whole thing. So please hit that like button, because that's how YouTube learns who the audience is. For some reason, it's got to learn our audience all over again. It's a little bit of my fault, but it is what it is. Shout out to our channel members. We do have a channel membership as well if you would like to join. And our channel members we have here is Saint Center, B Hunt, Donna Hammond, and who else? Oh, Deshaun and Fifi, and anyone else who's joining later. Shout out to y'all and everyone else as well. But you can join our channel membership. Gives you the channel shout outs. You get your badges that show how long you've been a member. You get special emojis. You also get access to special once a month live streams, which I think tonight I'm just invite y'all over to the live stream on Patreon as well. So you get those little perks as well as early access to content. Working on a big video. that I've been editing for a year. It's coming out soon. And so the channel members will get early access to that as well. All right, so let's get into our stories. I think we got the housekeeping stuff out of the way. So we're gonna resume where we left off in our last video. That way we can get this done, and then we're gonna move on to the new content, which is Mayor Eric Adams. So poll question coming your way is: have you seen pictures of Diddy's accused bodyguard in this from the latest Survivor that we talked about on Tuesday? I don't want to revisit the whole story just for the sake of time, but just so you know, there's a woman who came out, filed a complaint saying that, a civil complaint saying that Diddy and his then bodyguard, what's his name again? Big Joe. She had a boyfriend at the time who worked for Diddy. He was one of the executives, etc. She said that Diddy wanted to meet with her, and he told her under the guise of having a conversation about the work performance of her boyfriend. Now, that already seemed a little crazy, but whatever. She agrees to meet with him. She's in the car with him. He offers her a little bit of wine, which wouldn't be unusual when you're living that lifestyle. You're in a limo, etc. They have wine and stuff. He offers her wine. She drinks it. She starts to feel a little, queasy, funny feeling. And the next thing you know, she's at the studio, and they then begin to attack her and violently SA her. And they go into description of that. We did that on Tuesday. If you missed that video, definitely check it out, where I read the description of what she claimed allegedly happened to her. And then we also watched the press conference. And there are rumors. I'm not sure if they're public rumors yet, but I was talking to someone who has some insider information, like they through people who are in the industry. And I'm just putting this out here. I hate to I don't even like to give, it sounded contradictory because I'm about to do it, but I don't like to victim blame, and I don't really like to give energy to things that victim blame, but I do like the truth to be out as well. So I will say there is a rumor, and I don't know how true it is or whatever, that what's her name? Thalia Graves, that she allegedly, they're saying in the industry, was basically like a madam, like she was in charge of getting women for Diddy, or getting people for these freak offs and things like that. So that's what they're saying. And they're saying that it's a money grab. That's a rumor out there. Don't know. But just so y'all know, I don't know if any of you, any other of you have heard that as well. I don't know, but that's just out there. Right. Like here's y'all know I get rusty. I'll be away one day and get rusty. Like Maxine Giselle, right. That's what they're saying, that she that was her role back in the day. I don't know. I have no proof. He allegedly had a madam. I didn't hear it. Yeah. So who knows? Poll question we put it out. Have you seen pictures of Diddy's accused bodyguard in this in the complaint? Oh, I'm glad. I almost skipped over this story because I missed it coming on yesterday to finish it out after our technical issues. 74% of you still have not seen this man, because I was like, oh, they probably have seen him by now. Okay, well, that's good. So let's handle it. So first, I'm going to read an article from the Daily Mail that is titled, it looks a mess with all these ads. Oh, Jesus. Ugh. Oh, my God. But I'm going to share the screen. Jesus, it looks a mess. Why all these ads? Well, I know they're making money. That's why. Looks disgusting. I don't like clutter, y'all. Here we go. We're going to share this. Oh, Lord, y'all, it's slowing down. See, the computer's slowing down again. I didn't get it all done. Hopefully, I was hoping I got enough done. Oh, Lord. Is there anything else I can close? I'm going to close stuff as I go. I can already tell my computer's slowing down. It was working fine all day. Well, I ain't been. That's a lie because I haven't even been home all day. That's a lie. I just lied to y'all. I'm sorry. I'm acting like Darius Crooks. Okay, hold on. I'm closing out a couple more windows. Closing out my Outlook calendar. Anything that could be slowing this thing down. Whew. Okay. Ooh, y'all. Pray for us. Oh, see, it ain't even scrolling the page. We gonna try, y'all. The debauched life of Diddy's bodyguard, Big Joe, revealed in unearthed photos that show him partying with naked women and megastars. So they're saying that Diddy's bodyguard, who was accused of raping a woman alongside the rapper, flaunted his debauched lifestyle for years online, posing for photos with half-naked women on luxury boats and beaming next to A-list celebrities. Joseph Sherman, known as Big Joe, and his former boss, Diddy, are accused of essaying Thalia Graves, who was 25 years old, in the Bad Boys studio in New York back in 2001. In the lawsuit filed on Tuesday, Graves claims that Diddy and Sherman laced her before recording the assault and allegedly disseminating the video and even selling the footage as P. This comes just days after Diddy was federally indicted for trafficking. Sherman denied all wrongdoings and told the Daily Mail that he doesn't know his accuser Graves, adding that her suit is just a money grab. He even went as far to say that he had no relationship whatsoever with Diddy, despite photos showing the pair together at parties in the mogul's heyday. Now, he's saying he had no relationship with Diddy whatsoever, but I got a few photos I'm about to show y'all. Okay. The bodyguard said, "I know for a fact that this is a money grab. I've never seen this lady. I don't have any tape of her like she says I have. I've never seen her. I've never did anything with her. I don't know none of this. I don't even know this lady." Now, that's kind of odd why she would pull his name into it per him. So here's one of the photos of him from his Instagram next to his Bentley, or a Bentley SUV. Y'all know how these people do. Sometimes they rent it. It may be his. It may be a rental. It might be his friend who pulled up on him. He's like, "Hey, man, let me take a picture in front of your car." That happens too. Anyway, he's in front of a Bentley SUV. Graves says she woke up bound and restrained before Diddy and Joseph essayed her anally and in the front, according to the lawsuit. Sherman, who claims he does not know the accuser, denied the wrongdoings. So they show him pictures of him partying on the boat. I mean, he's definitely into women. We can say that much. He is pouring champagne, and he got a wad of cash. I didn't even notice that part. He is pouring champagne on the latest tatas. He is definitely roar. You look at his face. Roar! He's excited. Says Joseph Sherman, known as Big Joe, and his former boss Diddy have been accused of essaying a woman. The Bad Boys sued, so they just why they saying he his boss if okay, this is gonna be interesting. While Sherman has not worked for Diddy in years and now owns several P magazines, his social media is filled with memories from his life alongside the hip-hop mogul. So how is he claiming he didn't know? Now, that's what gets him in trouble, because he claiming he ain't know Diddy at all. He ain't never had no relationship with Diddy, but you worked for him. They're saying they got proof of you working for him. And then the person who's accusing you saying you also work for him. Sherman shared photos partying with the biggest stars of the 1990s, including Mariah Carey, Jay-Z, Bruce Willis, and the late singer Aaliyah. Images seen by the dailymail.com before Sherman made his Instagram private. Now his Instagram private. You make yourself look guilty. Says also showed him partying with twerking naked women at clubs and yachts, usually pouring alcohol on their body. Oh, that's his thing. So that picture we've seen is not isolated. It's his thing to pour, I guess, champagne on women's bodies. Sherman often wrote about being honorable and keeping the secret of over 30 celebrities he reportedly worked for as a bodyguard, except for, well, I guess that's part of him keeping the secret by saying, I don't know Diddy. I ain't never had no relationship with him. That's part of his job, to deny. Despite being pictured with Diddy in the 2000s, Sherman has denied having any type of relationship with his former boss. They don't lie about something so obviously provable. He told the DailyMail.com, I am being crucified and tortured for something I had nothing to do with. That had nothing to do with me, and Mr. Combs were not even friends. We had no relationship whatsoever. I have not been around Diddy in 24 years. Okay, but what about when you were around? Did y'all have a relationship? And she's saying this happened nearly 24 years ago, right? Actually, her timeline aligns with when you last are saying you saw Diddy. This ain't it ain't helping his case, is all I'm saying. Graves claims that she was 25 and dating one of the rapper's employees when she was lured into a meeting by Diddy, who said he wanted to discuss her boyfriend's supposed performance issues, which just sounds insane. Why are you talking to me about my man's job performance? Talk to him about it. According to the lawsuit, Diddy and Sherman sequestered her and gave her a drink that was likely laced with a rug that eventually caused her to briefly lose consciousness. Graves says she woke up bound and restrained before Diddy and Sherman essayed her, both through the front and back. But the bodyguard said that he is only being named because everyone who was around Diddy is being targeted following his slew of S-crime allegations. He added that Graves had been trying to contact him via Instagram direct message for 5 months before the bombshell filing on Tuesday. The bodyguard said in his heart he knows he is innocent and is happy to take a lie detector test to prove he did not assault or essay the alleged victim per the lawsuit. Sherman told the Daily Mail, I've never seen this person before in my life. I can swear on it, but my word means nothing. The problem with this right now is no matter what people like me say, Diddy is in such turmoil, and everybody who was ever around him is being blamed for anything he did. Anyone who was around him is automatically guilty. I mean, I don't 100% agree with that because I don't think everyone is being accused of crimes. Some people are definitely being looked at sideways for being around him and the parties and da-da-da. But everybody ain't being detailed in essay attacks. He goes on to say, so I understand that no matter what I say out my mouth, the public and people in the media is going to say I'm guilty and I'm a monster and I did this. But as long as I know in my heart and eyes that I had nothing to do with this, I'm fine. Well, I guess because it's past the statute of limitations, I guess in a way you're fine. And she doesn't seem to be suing him civilly, so he ain't got to worry about the money part of it. I can take a lie detector test any day of the week with any office of the law. Sherman founded the magazine, P magazine, Rhymes and Dimes, which is mentioned in Graves' complaint. The suit reads, on information and belief, he has often distributed videos of his and or his friends SA through his P company. The complaint alleges that Sherman forcefully slammed Graves onto the table, slapped her, and repeatedly thrust his phallus into her mouth. Sherman rebukes the claims and said he is in fact the victim of what he describes as a shakedown and says he is being used as a pawn because he is black. Oh, he did the black card. He did the black card. That it? Oh, wow, it's more. I didn't know this article was so long. Okay. He also told the DailyMail.com, this lady with the help of others is only doing this because Sean Combs is incarcerated just like so many other people. He said she got bold because he incarcerated. If he was free, she wouldn't be doing this. She know better if he free. She kind of said that too. He goes on to say, I'm a father. I have 4 daughters. I have been crucified before I have been crucified before by the government. I understand the power of the government. I understand proof is irrelevant when you're a black man in America. But because I'm a black man, they're using me as a pawn and a scapegoat for issues that I had nothing to do with whatsoever. Oh, okay. This is the first time I'm hearing your name, but okay. When asked about Diddy's infamous freak-off parties that were mentioned in the rapper's indictment, Sherman says he never attended any. I mean, that's possible. Depends on the years, I guess. He added, when I worked with Combs, I thought he said he had no kind of relationship with him. Maybe he don't consider a working relationship a relationship, but that still is a type of relationship. He says, when I worked with Mr. Combs, I went to one party in the Hamptons in 1999, and it was classy. Everybody was nice. I never in my life heard of a freak-off party. So never in my life heard of all this stuff. Again, we do know that the freak-offs started after they were the after party, kind of like we're doing Patreon after this YouTube public live. It's not our freak-off, but it's our after party. We won't be doing debauchery, but it is very uncensored. In many in his many posts, so showcasing his lavish, lascivious life in the P magazine industry, Sherman wrote, I would never change nothing in my life, not one thing, from the streets to prison. And then he goes on to say, I appreciate being an honorable bodyguard that would never talk my secrets from over 30 different artists and sports figures. So why are we supposed to believe you when you said you ain't never been to no freak-off party or that you didn't really have a relationship with Diddy? You admit that you would never talk your secrets. I'll never talk my secrets. I never heard it say like, never talk my secrets. I thought it was tell. But anyway, Graves also claims she did not know that Diddy and Sherman had recorded the assault until November of 2023, when they supposedly showed the footage to multiple men. The suit states that Graves' ex-boyfriend disclosed that Combs and Sherman had a pattern of and practice of non-consensual recording women engaging in S-acts and making those videos available to the public, including by selling tapes as happy adult fun time videos. Graves is the 11th person to publicly accuse Diddy of SA. And it just goes on to say, for those of you not aware of what's happening with Diddy, the rapper is locked up in Brooklyn awaiting trial on allegations that he presided over a sordid empire of S crimes protected by blackmail and shocking acts of violence. He has been in federal custody since his arrest on, they're saying Monday night, I forgot the date, but last Monday at a Manhattan hotel. Diddy is accused of inducing female victims and male professional S workers into laced up, sometimes day-long S performance dubbed as freak-offs. Thousands of bottles of baby oil were discovered during searches of his properties. It is claimed, and the prosecutors allege, women participated in freak-offs were so worn out by the marathon S sessions that they needed IV drops after. That is crazy. The indictment also refers to the attack of his former girlfriend and R&B singer Cassie that was captured on video earlier this year. So that is Sherman, aka what's the name again? I'm so bad with Big Joe. And this is him with Aaliyah. So he's been around, as he even said himself. He will never talk his secrets about the celebrities that he guarded as a bodyguard. So you got Aaliyah, You got Whitney Houston. That's him in his, I think that's some kind of Maserati. This is him and Diddy. He don't know Diddy though. Let him tell it. But he did work for him, but he don't know him. Is that Tigger? What's the man's name? One in the middle. This is him next to his friend's Bentley. And this is him on a yacht. They're saying that he enjoys pouring sparkling bubblies on women's tatas. So that's him doing one of his favorite things. And then we got, I don't even think I got this large enough. What I would be able to read this. I can read it good. Just a deeper dive into Diddy's SA abuse lawsuits. Everything you need to know. They're saying Diddy was denied bail for pleading guilty to S trafficking charges. Then Diddy, well, I should do it from the bottom up. So they don't have dates here. But anyway, first thing that happened was Diddy settled the bombshell lawsuit allegations of SA and S trafficking and abuse from Cassie. Then you had Diddy was accused of SA, the Love album producer, in a new lawsuit. I should have read this because they not real descriptive. And then they got his homes were raided by law enforcement as a part of the investigation. And then Cassie broke her silence thanks to fan support after the 2016 assault in the videos. And then you have Don Richards from Danity Kane, which recently happened. What was that, like a week ago? Week and a half, 2 weeks ago now? Accused Diddy of SA in a bombshell lawsuit. I still haven't read it myself. And then he was arrested and charged. Charged, a timeline of his allegations and his career. And then he was arrested in, I don't know, y'all, how they got this written. This is a little off. I should have pre-read that. Anyway, they're talking about their articles related to that with his timelines. So that's the update on his Bodyguard. We will see. I was having a conversation earlier today, and some of the discussion was about Gloria Allred and how, and I mentioned this on Tuesday, how with Gloria Allred, you really don't hear about her cases actually going to trial. They tend to get settled. I think that's really her goal, and they tend to be for monetary purposes, and you know, it's kind of her thing. So there's been some conversation about if this was just done just for monetary purposes. Time will tell, I guess. And then again, those are those rumors out there. He should be known as a big liar, yeah. The NDA he signed, right? Will Dudley. There's a very good chance by the time he started working for Diddy, he may have been having people sign NDAs. I think with what's his name, Glenn, the one who really be talking his Bodyguard. With him, he knew Diddy before Diddy was Diddy, and so Deal is it Gene Deal? I think it is. With him knowing Diddy so long, this is the thing when you're kind of a rising star. Yeah, thank you, Pink Pearls. Glenn Gene Deal, rather. He was around Diddy so before he was anybody, when he was doing little parties in New York and stuff, like a little club promoter, doing little high school dances, basically. So he never ended up signing an NDA. So he was never held to those standards. So he's telling it all. He tells it all. I actually, while I was on vacation, kind of was binge watching quite a few of his interviews, which are very interesting. He said, did he finish LB Screw? Right. Gloria Allred is a heavyweight. Says, am I the only one who thinks Diddy's lawyer is questionable? I thought he would have a high-profile lawyer. I think the attorney that he, and I don't know, because I'm kind of in and out, not following it extremely closely, but I think they were saying he had high-powered attorneys, but because everything was happening in New York, they're not licensed in New York, so they had to use a different attorney in New York, and they're working on doing whatever they have to do legally to be able to try his case, I think is what I was understanding or hearing. So I'm not sure if that was the backup guy or not. Diddy's lawyers should be careful with those interviews, especially TMZ. He's trying to conflate public opinion. So he's trying the case now. That's a tactic. He's out there talking and throwing misinformation and all that out there on purpose because they haven't even done jury selection yet. The goal is to taint the jury pool, to taint public opinion, and that way it could hopefully affect the case and maybe make it a mistrial or whatever. So that's all by design. They do that on purpose. Oh, it's one of the tactics. Yes, it's very interesting when Gene gets to talking, for sure. Okay, so moving on to another NYC story breaking today, and that is Mayor Eric Adams. And the poll question I got going out is, have you heard that Mayor Eric Adams was indicted earlier today? He was indicted earlier today. And I was out and about, so I did watch it. I watched his press conference, Mayor Eric Adams' press conference, and then I actually watched commentary from Pam Esquire, the law intellect. She actually read the 57-page indictment. So I was running around all day today, so I literally got to listen to the entire indictment. It's very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. So we're going to read this article from CNN. And let's see what it's talking about. Says, what's in the 5-count indictment against NYC Mayor Eric Adams? They said the indictment against New York City Mayor Eric Adams, unsealed Thursday morning, alleges he secretly solicited and accepted freebies and illegal campaign donations from wealthy foreigners, including Turkish officials, as far back as 2014. Oh, when you read the indictment or listen to other people read the indictment, it is so interesting. In exchange, he pressured the fire department of New York to approve the opening of a new Turkish consulate building in the city without a fire inspection. He sure did. They got text messages and everything, y'all. The indictment states, in addition, his campaign used those illegal campaign donations to steal public funds through the New York City's matching funds, according to the indictment. They got text message exchanges on that too, y'all, and emails. Craziness, y'all. Those allegations represent the core of the federal indictment charges, charging Adams with 5 counts of bribery, wire fraud, conspiracy, and 2 counts of soliciting campaign contributions from foreign nationals. Adams, a Democrat elected in 2021, has denied wrongdoings and says he does not plan to resign until he's arrested, until he's in prison. He's quoted as saying, I look forward to defending myself and defending the people of this city as I've done throughout my entire professional career, Adams says. How he pulling the New Yorkers into this? This ain't about them. This is about you and what you did. New Yorkers didn't bribe and didn't take bribes. New Yorkers wasn't on them getting all these paid vacations to these elaborate, luxurious places in Turkey. You was getting that. They wasn't on flying business class and staying in St. Regis hotels, $9,000 rooms per night. That wasn't the New Yorkers. That was you staying for free. CNN combed through the 57-page, 15,000-word indictment to understand some of its key points. In all, the indictment lays out what Adams allegedly received and gave to foreign nationals, his efforts to conceal his conduct, and the specific charges prosecutors hope to prove. What Adams allegedly accepted. So this, I think, is one of the luxury hotel rooms that he got. This one was from the St. Regis Istanbul Bentley suite. The St. Regis is very, very nice, y'all. I got the pleasure of staying there once in my lifetime. Oh my God, I've never stayed in a hotel as they had surround sound in the master bathroom. The master bathroom had a jacuzzi tub, a standing walk-in shower, marble tile everywhere. The beds was so soft, it was like laying in the clouds in heaven. Oh my God. I always said I wanted to replicate that in my bed, and I never did. But yeah, the St. Regis is beautiful. I stayed at the one in LA though. For nearly a decade, I'll tell that story on Patreon of who got me in there. Anyway, for nearly a decade, Adams sought out and accepted benefits such as free luxury travel and campaign donations from foreign businessmen, the indictment alleged. Between 2016 and October of 2023, he allegedly committed 23 different overt acts, which included accepting free flights and hotel rooms and coordinating straw donations. Prosecutors said the foreign nationals were able to sidestep federal law and conceal their campaign donations through these quote-unquote straw donors. U.S.-based donors who falsely claimed they were contributing their own money. So they were passing off the foreign nationals were giving cash to actual U.S. citizens or people who held green cards, because they can donate to political campaigns, giving the money to them, and then they would actually donate it to the campaign. So it looked like it was coming from U.S. citizens or people with green cards, but it wasn't. The money was coming from the foreign nationals who was giving it to American citizens to then put in his campaign. And he and his campaign people were aware of it, his fundraising people, because there were email exchanges with them working out how it would work. Woo! They was slow, y'all. They was real slow when you look at how much evidence they got on it. The indictment details free tickets and upgrades to business class on international flights for the mayor and his associates. He allegedly accepted free stays at opulent hotels, meals at high-end restaurants, and other luxurious entertainment while in Turkey. And he spent a lot of time in Turkey, y'all. A lot of time in Turkey. In 2017, Adams allegedly accepted free business class tickets for 3 round-trip international flights and a heavily discounted stay at the suite of the St. Regis Istanbul. The trip was worth over $41,000, and Adam did not disclose it as he's supposed to do. The indictment alleges. Adams allegedly accepted over $123,000 worth of luxury travel benefits between 2016 and 2021 without disclosing any of it. By 2018, the mayor allegedly not only accepted, but sought illegal campaign contributions for his 2021 mayoral campaign, as well as other things of value from foreign nationals. By January of 2022, he had agreed to accept contributions of foreign money to his 2025 campaign, the indictment alleges. So he already planning for next year as well. And his turn to repay what Adams allegedly gave in exchange for this. For receiving luxury travel and other benefits from Turkish officials, Adams allegedly pressured the fire department of New York to open a Turkish consulate building without a fire inspection in time for a high-profile visit from the Turkey's president, I don't know, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, whatever. In September of 2021, a Turkish official told the mayor it was his turn to repay, the indictment says. They got the text message of that, y'all. The official urged Adams to pressure the FDNY to facilitate the opening of the new Turkish consulate building without a fire inspection, the indictment says. Now, can you imagine? I mean, this is so sloppy and careless for humans, for the citizens of New York, etc., that you would open this building, 30-something floors, if I'm not mistaken. You would open this building with no fire inspection. What if something happened and people get hurt and people get unalived because of your greed, because you got some luxury vacations? Are you kidding me? And some campaign contributions? Selling your soul. And then he get on the press conference. We're going to watch a little bit of it. Gaslighting, talking about how he for the people. Dude, being for the people means you get fire inspections on brand new buildings so nothing major would happen to them. God forbid a fire breaks out. Not saying skip that because my friend building this building and he got his president coming in. He ain't got time for all that. Let's skip that part. But all the people can still go up in there. What? The building would have failed the FDNY inspection at the time, court documents allege. After inspecting the building, the FDNY employee described the building as having some major issues. Adams pled with the FDNY commissioner to approve the building, prosecutors said. That day, the FDNY chief of department allegedly told the fire prevention chief that they would both lose their jobs if they did not help secure a certificate for the building. They were forced to go against what they knew best for the health and safety of the citizens of New York and visitors. The prevention chief then drafted a conditional letter of no objection to the issuance of the certificate, which was not FDNY standard procedure, the indictment says. So they went outside the parameters of what they even ever do by creating a conditional letter of no objection. After Adams intervened, the skyscraper eventually opened as requested by the Turkish officials, court documents said. And they said CNN has reached out to the Turkish House and the FDNYC. So everybody getting exposed. Now, what they said about this, as Pam Esquire read the indictment earlier today on her YouTube channel, they said in the indictment that it had over 60 violations is why it couldn't pass, why it wasn't ready to pass the fire inspection due to 60 violations. And they said under some of the 60 violations, there were multiple subcategories. So it was really even more than 60 violations in which they had, which wasn't going to allow it to be able to open. They like, screw that 60, get them people up in there. My friend need to have a visitor. What? It did not pass the fire inspection, and he want the people of New York to believe he care about them? Okay. This is why y'all make deals with the devil, though. He made deals. I ain't calling Turkish people devils, but I'm talking about the specific business people he was dealing with. It seemed all sweet and kind and nice when anytime he wanted to travel, he had a special manager at the airlines who was hooking up his flights. He could go to any hotel he wanted, stay in the presidential suites and all of that for free at his beck and call, whatever dates he wanted. There was something that came with that. At the end of the day, when they want their favor, it's something that literally compromises your job, your people, putting people's health at risk. God forbid, like I said, a fire were to break out and people get hurt and unalived. Look at how much he and the city and everybody else would have lost. People would have lost family members and everything. But that is what the devil will do, put you in a position where when it's time for you to pay up, that cost is so very high that it takes you down. It ain't even worth it. So the alleged efforts to conceal the scheme. The indictment states that Adams and his co-conspirators, including an unnamed Adams staffer, tried to conceal their conduct from the public by allegedly creating fake paper trails, deleting messages, and changing his phone password. As described above, Adams repeatedly did not disclose the free and heavily discounted travel benefits he accepted from the Turkish officials. So one of the examples was a flight he was trying to get, I think, to Turkey somewhere. And they were like, oh, okay. And they were like, you need to charge us for this. Like, because people are paying attention and looking now. So Mayor Adams wants to go here. Let's just say, for example, Turkey. And he wants these dates and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, no problem. And they're like, but you need to charge us, a little bit for it because people are really starting to watch. So it's got to look like he paid. The person responds, I think it was the flight manager, airlines manager, responds with, okay, it's a $20,000 ticket. We're going to charge you $50. And then his staffer responds and says, no, that's not enough. That's not nearly enough. And so the person's like, well, I don't know. Like, what do you want? What do you want to pay? It's like way more than $50. It's like, what about $1,000? So they agreed on $1,000. So it looks like he actually paid for it, but in all honesty, he really didn't pay for it. They're gonna charge him $50. He got such the. Don't we all wish we had them kind of hookups? A $20,000 flight for $50. That's the kind of shenanigans they was up to, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna start over because I lost my place. So, as described above, Adams repeatedly did not disclose the free and heavily discounted travel benefits he accepted from the Turkish official. The promoter and the airline manager, that's right, created a false paper trail to suggest he had paid for this travel, when in fact he had not. So that was $1,000 or whatever it was for the $20,000 flight. Assured the Adams staffer that he had the practice of deleting all his messages with Adams staffer, and directed Adams staffer to ensure that his activities in Turkey in 2021 were shielded from public view, the indictment states. Adams and others took steps to conceal the scheme even after they learned about the federal investigation last November, prosecutors allege. In one instance, during an interview with investigators, the Adams staffer left to go to the bathroom and deleted encrypted messaging apps she had used to communicate with Adams and others, the indictment states. They probably were using Telegram and WhatsApp, y'all. Probably WhatsApp. Another instance allegedly involved the passcode of Adams' personal cell phone. When investigators executed a search warrant for Adams' electronic devices on November 6th, he didn't have his personal phone with him, the indictment states. He provided it to investigators the next day pursuant to a subpoena, but it was locked and required a password, the indictment states. Adams said he had changed the password a day earlier to prevent members of his staff from inadvertently or intentionally deleting contents of his phone, the indictment states. So he's like, yeah, I had changed it because I didn't want them to change my password. I didn't want them deleting messages for y'all. I wanted y'all to have all the evidence. Yeah, right. He then claimed he forgot the new password, prosecutors allege. He like, I don't remember it either. Oops. I was trying to help y'all not to forget the password. So a closer look at the charges. In all, Adams is charged with 5 counts punishable by up to 45 years in prison, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. Now, when you see how brazen, like when you actually read the indictment, or again, hear it read by Pam Esquire, the law intellect on YouTube, or anybody else, you see how brazen they were with the whole scam. Everything from the travel to the campaign contributions, they knew what they were doing. They so knew what they were doing. So If you get 45 years, I don't know if I feel sorry for you. The most serious charge is wire fraud, which comes with a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. The charge stems from allegations that Adams stole from New York City's matching fund program. The program is designed to give New Yorkers a greater voice in elections and matches donations from city residents with public funds, but it prohibits the use of straw donations, according to the indictment. The program requires candidates to certify compliance with campaign finance regulations. The indictment alleges that Adams not only received illegal campaign contributions, but he then allegedly used 8 of those improper donations to apply for matching funds to obtain as much as $2,000 for each illegal contribution. His campaign falsely certified compliance, the indictment states. Now, this part is crazy, though, when you really look at it. So he is facing up to 20 years in jail for 8 donations, for 8 illegal donations, because he was getting money from his Turkish friends, his brothers. The text message exchanges that they put in the indictment, the ones they quoted, they're calling each other brother. You are now officially my family. You are my brother. All that, because he's doing fraud for them. So he gets them to donate, what, 16,000 or whatever. I thought it was more than that. But for 8 donations out of however many hundreds he probably has, he's going to get that were illegal. The 8 that are illegal, and probably the rest, I guess, were fine. 20 years in jail? Crazy. It wasn't worth it. The indictment does not total the amount of matching public funds he allegedly received directly from the 8 illegal straw donations. Adams' 2021 mayoral campaign ultimately received more than $10 million in public funds from the city's matching program, according to the indictment. Bribery is punishable by 10 years in prison. That charge relates to the alleged quid pro quo of receiving luxury travel benefits from Turkish officials in exchange for pushing the appropriate approval of the Turkish house, the indictment states. The 2 counts of soliciting campaign contributions from foreign nationals are each punishable by up to 5 years in prison. One of the charges is based on allegations in 2021, and the other is based on allegations in 2023. Finally, there is a conspiracy charge, which is punishable by 5 years in prison, that charges allege Adams and others, known and unknown, agreed to commit federal offenses, including wire fraud, soliciting, accepting, and receiving campaign contributions, and bribery. The indictment lists 23 specific overt acts in furtherance of the conspiracy. He going down. Oh, ooh, Jesus, why, y'all? Why? Okay, so I'm gonna play. How long is this? I don't know if we're gonna listen to the whole thing, but I am gonna play the video of the reading of the U.S. District Attorney Damian Williams, who we've been seeing a lot of. He's becoming a celebrity in his own right. Because he's on every other week, practically at this point, indicting somebody. He ain't playing. New York ain't playing with y'all criminals. They ain't having it. Okay, so let me know how the volume is. When we played the video of Gloria Allred on Tuesday, it was very, very low. Even when I watched a little bit of the replay, I was like, Jesus, that was low. So let me know if it's too low. I think I've tried to do what I could on this end.
Damian Williams about to speak.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for gathering. My name is Damian Williams, and I'm the United States Attorney here in the Southern District of New York. Today, we are announcing campaign finance, bribery, and conspiracy charges against Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City. As the indictment alleges, Mayor Adams engaged in a long-running conspiracy in which he solicited and knowingly accepted illegal campaign contributions from foreign donors and corporations. As we allege, Mayor Adams took these contributions even though he knew they were illegal. And even though he knew these contributions were attempts by a Turkish government official and Turkish businessmen to buy influence with him. We also allege that the mayor sought and accepted well over $100,000 in luxury travel benefits from some of the same foreign actors who arranged many of the illegal campaign contributions. These benefits included free international business class flights and opulent hotel rooms in foreign cities. The mayor had a duty to disclose these gifts on his annual public disclosure forms so that the public could see who was giving him what. But as we allege, year after year after year, he kept the public in the dark. He told the public he received no gifts, even though he was secretly being showered with them. We allege that Adams accepted these benefits knowing that they were given to him because of his position. And in exchange for some of those improper benefits, he intervened in the New York City Fire Department's inspection process for a building owned and operated by the Turkish government, allowing it to open even though it had not passed the fire inspection. The corruption alleged in the indictment is, as I said, long-running. As we allege in the indictment, Adams's solicitation of illegal campaign contributions began in 2018. After he started raising funds for his 2021 mayoral campaign, he agreed to take contributions offered by multiple Turkish businessmen, several of whom he met in Turkey. Adams knew that these wealthy individuals could not legally donate in a US election. Federal law clearly prohibits foreign donations. That's how we protect our elections from foreign influence. Yet Adams directed his staff to pursue this illegal money to support his campaign for mayor. And as we allege, Adams continued to pursue foreign money in secret well into 2021. And it didn't stop with his first campaign for mayor. As we allege, in 2023, the mayor rekindled these corrupt relationships, seeking more illegal campaign contributions from some of the same foreign sources to support his re-election campaign. Adams also took contributions that broke other laws. As we allege, he sought contributions from businessmen far in excess of what the law allowed. He also allegedly sought contributions from corporations, which are not allowed to contribute at all in New York City elections. Many of those illegal corporate contributions were organized by the same people who organized the illegal foreign contributions. And Adams allegedly disguised them all in the same way by accepting the money through so-called straw donors. A straw donor contributes someone else's money, hiding the money's illegal source, such as a foreign businessman, a corporation, or a wealthy New Yorker who has already contributed the maximum amount allowed. And as we allege, Adams circumvented all of these laws, taking contributions from exactly the sources the law prohibits, all to benefit his mayoral campaigns. Now, Adams also personally benefited from the illegal conduct alleged in the indictment. Adams solicited and accepted over $100,000 in luxury travel benefits for years from wealthy Turkish business people and at least one Turkish government official seeking to gain influence over him. Adams started accepting undisclosed luxury travel benefits at least as early as 2016. He took these benefits nearly every year through 2021. Here are some of the benefits that we uncovered during our investigation. In 2016, Adams flew to India through Turkey and received 2 free round-trip upgrades for business class seats. That's the highest class on Turkey's national airline. Those upgrades were worth more than $12,000, and none of it was publicly disclosed. In 2017, Adams accepted free business class tickets for himself and his travel companions to France, Turkey, and China. And he was put up in the Bentley suite in the St. Regis Hotel in Istanbul. All of that was worth more than $41,000, and none of it was publicly disclosed. Also in 2017, he flew to China, again, through Turkey, and accepted 2 free business class tickets for himself and a companion. Those were worth more than $16,000, and none of it was publicly disclosed. In 2018, he flew to Hungary through Turkey and accepted free upgrades for business class seats. Those were worth more than $12,000, and none of it was publicly disclosed. In 2019, he flew to Turkey and accepted a free upgrade to business class for his companion and a free stay in a lavish suite at the St. Regis Hotel in Istanbul. That was worth more than $9,000. And again, none of it was publicly disclosed. In 2021, Adams solicited business class tickets to Istanbul, stays at luxury hotels and resorts, yacht tours, and meals. As we allege, he asked to pay a nominal fee for all of this in order to disguise what we allege were in fact bribes. He canceled that trip at the very last minute, but the benefits that he solicited were worth more than $21,000. And later in 2021, Adams flew to Ghana, again through Turkey, and accepted free business class ticket upgrades and other gifts while he was on a layover in Istanbul. Those benefits were worth more than $12,000. And just like all the other benefits I've just run through, none of it was publicly disclosed. Now, I want to be clear. These upgrades and freebies were not part of some frequent flyer or loyalty program available to the general public. As we allege, this was a multi-year scheme to buy favor with a single New York City politician on the rise, Eric Adams. Now, this is a chart with all of the undisclosed travel benefits that we uncovered during the investigation. We just list it all out here. You see the year, 2016, 2017, 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2 in 2021. The destination, India all the way to Ghana. The benefits, the free upgrades or free tickets altogether, the hotel stays, and the value. And if you just sum up all the dollar amounts here, you get to more than $100,000. And of course, as I said before, every single trip that we list here was undisclosed. As we allege in the indictment, in addition to not disclosing these benefits, Adams sometimes created fake paper trails to try to cover up the travel benefits he solicited and received. Let me give you one example. Adams wrote emails to his staff suggesting he paid for his 2017 business class flights on the Turkish airline when, as we allege, he did not. Those flights were worth a lot of money. Just one ticket alone cost more than $10,000. But months after taking the flights, Adams wrote an email to a staff member and told the staff member that he had left cash in her desk drawer and that she should send the money to the Turkish airline to pay for a trip he had already taken. As the indictment makes clear, that's just a clumsy cover-up. Now, just because Adams received benefits for free, that doesn't mean that there weren't strings attached. As we allege, a particular Turkish government official behind many of the benefits Adams sought and accepted gave Adams all these things to gain influence over him. We allege that Adams knew that and took the benefits anyway. We allege that when the Turkish government official needed him, Adams also took corrupt official action in exchange for some of the luxury travel benefits. In 2021, the Turkish government official was trying to open a brand new high-rise building in Manhattan that would house Turkey's consulate. There was significant time pressure because the Turkish official desperately needed the building to be open in time for a visit from Turkey's president. This building was important to the Turkish official, and it was important to Turkey. But the FDNY's fire safety professionals wouldn't let the building open because the building hadn't passed an inspection. And not just that, some of the people at the FDNY thought the building had so many issues and defects that the building was not safe to occupy. So the Turkish official sent word to Adams that it was, quote, his turn, unquote, to support Turkey. And as we allege, Adams delivered and pressured the fire department to let the building open. The FDNY professionals were convinced that they would lose their jobs if they didn't back down. And so they did. They got out of the way and let the building open. The Turkish official got what he wanted. And as we explained in the indictment, just 4 days after Adams held up his end of the bargain, he went right back to soliciting more travel benefits from the Turkish airline. Now, I want to make 3 things crystal clear. First, the conduct alleged in the indictment, the foreign money, the corporate money, the bribery, the years of concealment, is a grave breach of the public's trust. Public office is a privilege. We allege that Mayor Adams abused that privilege and broke the law. Laws that are designed to ensure that officials like him serve the people, not the highest bidder, not a foreign bidder, and certainly not a foreign power. These are bright red lines, and we allege that the mayor crossed them again and again for years. That is the only reason we are here today. Second, this investigation continues. We continue to dig, and we will hold more people accountable. and I encourage anyone with information to come forward and to do so before it is too late. And third, the Southern District of New York remains committed to rooting out corruption without fear or favor and without regard to partisan politics. We are not focused on the right or the left. We are focused only on right and wrong. That is our duty, and we will fulfill it. Now, today's charges are the product of a tremendous partnership. I want to thank our partners at FBI and the New York City Department of Investigation.
All right. So, somebody put he's toast. Who was that? Deborah. that's pretty much the summary I got from that. He's toast. Let's see what y'all saying in the chat. And then I'm gonna play a little bit of Mayor Adams' press conference after this came out, if you want to call it that, gaslighting session. 2024 has been a roller coaster ride, as Cat Williams predicted, Thelma said. Yeah, the crazy part is that I know some people thought he was crazy. That stuff went viral at the beginning of this year. But, I mean, that was January, wasn't it, y'all? And I swear this year has been unlike any other, with the level of people who've been exposed and the type of people who've been exposed and people who've been at their shenanigans for decades. I mean, he wasn't lying. It is the year of exposure for sure. Donna saying making these deals with foreigners and foreign nationals is not a good idea for the U.S. Exactly. And even when you hear the text message exchanges, they like, thank you for what you're doing for our country. And the text message exchanges between the Turkish businessmen. He is going to be very good for our country. Like it didn't feel right. It didn't feel like they were, we're in America and we're going to participate in the civility of America. It was like, we're looking out for our own interests in America. And how do we finagle and take advantage of Americans to get our way, to create power within Turkey. It was very suspicious the way that they were communicating with each other. And then he's, you're my brothers. You're like family now. I was like, nah. Will is saying you would think that Adams should have known better after the Detroit mayor scandal years ago. Yes, Kwame Kilpatrick, is it? Yeah. And if it wasn't for Trump, he'd still be in jail too. People don't learn, though. People don't learn. The way those people surrounded him. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that. I'm going to save that one for last. How long had they been investigating him? Well, as of November of last year, they confiscated his electronic devices. So we know if they did that in November, they had to be looking at him way before that. I don't know. They're saying that he was up to these shenanigans with the campaign stuff before he even became mayor. With the campaign funds, he was up to the shenanigans. So there's a chance they was watching him as long as that far back. But we know it started sometime last year for sure, at least. Tiffany Hinger should take note of this right here. Her stuff is little compared to this. Well, I don't know, though, because we're not talking millions. I mean, he's dealing with the foreign nationals. So in that way, yes, I agree. However, if we're talking dollar amount, he technically was stealing money. Well, no, technically the money he got, well, that still wasn't a lot. The matching funds he got from New York for the illegal straw donations, it still ain't adding up to the millions that Tiffany has wasted away in Dalton. But I get it. One is kind of penny scammer. One is like, international white crime, white collar crime. But I don't know. I think Tiffany's done a lot of damage. Like New York gonna be fine. He gonna go to prison most likely. He's indicted. He's gonna get convicted most likely and end up in prison. But New York is gonna be fine. New York is not gonna be devastated by this. Dalton, on the other hand, is suffering miserably already. People are losing jobs and everything over this. The way those people surround. Oh, I keep reading that because that's what we're going to go to next. Dang, this attorney general has taken down, Giselle Maxwell, Senator Bob Mendez. Who is this? Sam Bankman. Oh yeah, I heard that guy's in jail with Puffy. Puffy, Eric Adams. Right. Yeah, he's on it. He's attorney, U.S. attorney, rock star. We still have a few more months in 2024. It's almost like who's next. Yeah, I feel like there's still yet another quarter left for us to. Somebody else might be going down. Low key, ain't this literally what Clarence Thomas is doing? Yes, absolutely. I heard this conversation. Somebody else was having this conversation. That's exactly what he's doing. But Supreme Court justices have all of these protections, and that's part of what they're talking about. Like that needs to be revisited in Congress as well, because it shouldn't be. They shouldn't have that level of immunity. And last one, as we move into this last segment, the way those people surrounded him and supported him, that's what irritated me. He was so convincing to them, yet another crooked politician. Yes. So earlier today, after the U.S. attorney, Damian Williams, explained all of that and released the, 57-page indictment, which really goes in depth, Mayor Adams ran to his own press conference with his flying ants. That's my new word, flying ants. And they like, he innocent. Y'all gotta listen. Y'all gotta listen. Y'all don't know. God is good. God is our protector. Like, these the religious flying ants. The ones that don't pay attention to the discernment that God gives them, but they want to throw God and the Bible on everything without any facts or information. They ain't read the indictment. They probably didn't even watch the press conference with the U.S. attorney to know what Mayor Adams is being charged with. And they like, God is good. Y'all got to stop it because God is favoring him. I've known him for 40 years. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean did you go to Turkey with him? You wasn't that close. He didn't take you to Turkey. So anyway, this is a bit of that because I listened to it in the background while I was getting ready for my day. And boy, the gaslighting, I was like, this some foolishness. Oh, come on now. Why is this thing timing out? Here it is. Okay. Let me know how the sound is, y'all. We ain't listening to this whole thing though, because it's 22 minutes of gaslighting. Saying that this is not a black day. This is not a black day. This is a youth day. This is a youth day, Eric Adams. This is not a black day. Now, this was very New York. Like, as I was listening to this part, pulling it for y'all, I was like, this is very New York. You got some man yelling random stuff on a bullhorn, and you got a car alarm going off, and ain't nobody stopping the car alarm. Just chaos. New York. That's New York for you. Your policies are anti-black. You are disgrace to all black people in this city. That is true, though. He's I see a bunch of black people. What are Turkish people? Because the Turkish people are who your brothers. That's your family. Those are the ones that got you staying in these luxury hotels and flying business class for $50 on a $20,000 flight. Where they at? I don't see not a nan Turkish. Where the Turkish folks at? Not a nan one, just a bunch of brown shades of brown. That's all I'm seeing. What's up with that? You have done unconscionable. You hurt our school. Our streets are dirty. Our children are harassed by the police. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You can shush me all you want, but the people are with us. And this is not a black day. I think the man with the bullhorn is the one who called this press conference. He'd have taken over. And Mayor Adams waiting like, let's try to get this Negro out of here with the fake smile. If you don't get him out of here, what the hell is my security? Somebody getting fired before I do. They'd hauled him away now. The bullhorn guys hauled away.
First of all, I want to thank you for being here this morning. And I want to thank the supporters of all ethnic groups that I hear, particularly the men and women of the clergy that's here, that have joined me here today. And we are not surprised. We expected this. This is not surprising to us at all. The actions that have unfolded over the last 10 months, the leaks, the commentary, the demonizing, this did not surprise us that we reached this day. And I ask New Yorkers to wait to hear our defense before making any judgments. In about 30 minutes, you're going to hear a story of the case that...
Oh, he did come out before. I was trying to figure out, because I thought he did his press conference before the official indictment. So he was trying to get in front of it. But then when I read something, it was saying he did it after. But I thought he did this before. So it looks like, if I'm not incorrect, he came out and did this press conference beforehand. He like, y'all gonna hear some stuff, but don't believe the stuff because they try to demonize me, although they got evidence already in it, and it's 57-page indictment. When the hell have we last seen a 50-something-page indictment? Although they got tons of evidence and details, and they laid it all out. Don't believe the hype. Wait to hear my defense.
That is in front of us. This story will come from the federal prosecutors. And I ask to wait and hear our side to this narrative. From here, my attorneys will take care of the case so I can take care of the city. My day-to-day will not change. I will continue to do the job for 8.3 million New Yorkers that I was elected to do. And the 300,000 plus employees of our city government.
Why are they standing next to this man, amen, and everything he's saying before you even know what the charges are? Why would you go stand next to him beforehand? So that means you done been gaslit by him. You buying whatever he's telling you, and you ain't heard the facts. I'll be like, hold on. Let me hear what they got to say, and then I'll let you know whether or not I'm going to show up. And most likely I ain't going to show up until after the trial. I understand innocent until proven guilty, but you suspect until proven innocent in my world. Something like this come down on you, I'm be like, well, I don't know. I don't know what's true and what's not true. I'll probably maybe or maybe not dig into it. But until your trial, until you are either defined as innocent or guilty, I want to be involved. I don't want to be involved. So I'm not going to sit here and not have my face there forever with people being able to say, oh, they was a fool, he was a fool, she was a fool. Look at her looking crazy, looking like a fool. That's another flying ant. That's a flying ant. That's a flying. Nope. Not on my watch. Making a fool of all of y'all. And they crowded up in there. Let me look like a fool too. Me, don't forget about me. I would love to see how each one of them feel after all the whole press conference with the U.S. attorney, after Damian Williams was done.
Government will continue to do their jobs, because this is what we do as New Yorkers. It's an insult to the hardworking people of the city that anyone would say that they won't do their jobs while this case proceeds in the background. They are dedicated public servants, and I have been one of them for many years, and they're going to continue to do their job, moving the city forward every day. It's an unfortunate day, and it's a painful day. But inside of all of that, it's a day where we will finally reveal why for 10 months I have gone through this. And I look forward to defending myself and defending the people of this city.
They nodding, yep. You don't know what he being charged with. This is before.
As I've done throughout my entire professional career. I want to now turn it over to the person who started me on this journey.
Oh, shoot.
Been a head of the NAACP.
I meant to hit pause. This is a tactic that we've seen Darius Crooks do. We've seen others do it too. But Darius Crooks, where they caught up in something, clearly guilty, then backs himself up with, see, this my auntie granny who raised me since I was 5 years old. Oh, here my bestie who I talk to every day. Oh, here the first person that ever bought a cookbook from me. What the hell does that have to do with what you're currently being charged for? But it's to invoke the emotions of the people. Oh, look at her. She's so sweet. She's 99.18 years old, and she's still rooting for Mayor Adams. And she say she's such a sweet little old lady, and she been advocating for the citizens of New York forever. That's Miss Judy from Brooklyn. What the hell does that have to do with this man's charges about taking money from these Turkish businessmen? Huh? Ain't got nothing to do with that.
And just a leader that has mentored me throughout my...
She mentored me, y'all. Did she mentor you to get illegal funds from Turkey?
Entire journey. I want to now call up...
How about you start answering the charges you know that, or waited until those charges, but you already know what they about to charge you with. Your attorney's been talking to them. How about you talk about that? No, what had happened was when I booked that $20,000 flight, and you saw the text message exchange between my assistant and the airline manager, and he said it was $20,000, but he was gonna do it for free. She said, no, we gotta pay something, and he said, well, $50. And then she said, no, that ain't no real money. How about it? And he's like, well, how much? How much should we charge you? Because he like, I don't care. When she said $1,100, we thought that would make more sense than, because they were going to give it to us for free because I'm not a scammer. No. Like, explain that. Explain the luxury hotels. Explain the campaign contributions you were getting from Turkish businessmen who live in Turkey, are citizens of Turkey, but then they passed it on through American citizens who acted like they were the ones donating. Explain that. We don't care about Miss Clara from 48th and 19th Street, who sit out her window like Pearl on 227. That ain't got nothing to do with this. This ain't no community block club meeting. Nobody care about none of that.
Other Hazel Dukes.
Yeah. That doesn't look like a block club meeting. This doesn't look like a block club meeting. Dragging this poor lady out there, taking advantage of her for sympathy. She do kind of look like Pearl Williams, don't she?
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Hazel Dukes. I live in Harlem.
You know, Darius Crooks got older women who support him like this too. They none the wiser of all the scammery. Look at him smiling. I got her. See, they cheering for her. He's ploying on their emotions. Ain't got nothing to do with what he been charged with. They pulling on his emotions because he pulling up a 93-year-old matriarch of the community. What does that have to do with the Turkish businessmen who we don't see in the audience? Where they at? Where they at? Where they at?
I'm 90. Would you be quiet?
She feisty too.
Would you shut up? I'm 92.
Would you shut up? I love it. I ain't making fun of her. I'm making fun of the situation.
2 years of age.
Yes. How old she say? 93?
Yes. Years of age. I'm 92 years of age. Yes. I've known this young man for over 40 years. I come with a heavy heart today, but my head is not unbowed. He's going to have his day in court, and we're going to stand by him. We came this morning to pray for him, because prayer changed things. I am asking all New Yorkers.
Prayer doesn't change when God wants you to be held accountable, though.
To hear his side, to let him have a day in court. Let him have his day in court, and then we can make our decisions. But we are not here today to criticize the federal government where you might be, but shush. That's all you do. That's all you brought here to criticize. Yeah. We are going to be here. We're going to be here.
I'm sorry, Mother Duke. Hey, brother, this is a 92-year-old elder. Show us some respect. A 92-year-old elder.
She stands next to you. She stands next to Cuomo. As the NAACP, as the 501c3, you should not be standing for a political candidate. Stop that. You are always in favor. You are always in favor of the
Go ahead, Mother Duke.
Don't respond.
Go, Mother Duke.
He calling her out too. You ain't even supposed to be up there. You a part of I forgot what he do. The NAACP. That's a 501c3. You ain't even supposed to be up there with no political candidate. Talk about you gonna stand beside him. Y'all got some problems in New York, don't y'all? There's problems everywhere, god dog. Politics is a mess.
We are calling on all New Yorkers to listen carefully, not to the loudmouths, but listen to facts and figures. His lawyers will go and do our work for us, and we will stand with this mayor. Right.
Thank you.
He covered up the mic. He like, where's my security? Get this nigga out of here. You ruining my moment. So be getting sympathy, and they laying it all out nationally for everybody to know. They know I don't care about black people. The indictment shows that all I really cared about was Turkish men and their money. And whoever the associate that he was traveling everywhere with, everybody's suspecting it must be some woman or women, because he's not married. Well, that wouldn't matter either, because some of them be married and still be traveling with women.
And now bring one of our amazing bishops up forward now. Bishop.
You're an embarrassment to black people. You're an embarrassment to black people.
We are admonished to be angry and sin not. We can have our anger and we move forward. 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 None of us.
The look on her face, like, what the hell y'all doing? This is funny. I couldn't watch it because I was hearing it in the background, but it sounds so chaotic. I could just sit and watch it. It's so chaotic. It's got to be how his administration is ran behind the scenes, because this is just a hot ghetto, chaotic mess. Truly is.
Move forward. We move forward. None of us. None of us have ever done anything in our lives that we've asked forgiveness for and it was not granted. We live in a society where if we do something, there is a due process for all of us. There's a process that starts, it has a middle, and it has an end. And none of us has the right to preempt that process. If I have an accident, I have to report it to my insurance, and they fight it out, and then a verdict is announced. We cannot prejudge any situation in fear that we might prejudge it inappropriately. And the same justice that we want for ourselves, we want for our mayor. That's right. If I confess, I know there is a God that says he's faithful and just to forgive me of my sin and to cleanse me from everything that is unrighteous. Until the verdict is announced, we stand. We are not people who have a yellow strip down our back, and neither are we intimidated by loud voices. Whatever the truth is, the truth will prevail.
Look at how happy he is. He like, finally, somebody, she says some stuff. She got y'all. She got y'all. I love this. Sound like how he like, Does he laugh like that? This is so ridiculous.
Good morning, my fellow New Yorkers. Good morning. My fellow New Yorkers, I wanted to let you know Mayor Eric Adams, whom you know for 62 years, who served you in the 80s and 90s when New York was facing the worst time in its history, is the same mayor that's standing right here, is the same mayor that will stand tomorrow, and is the same mayor that will be reelected. 62 years.
Okay, they got some mic issues. Alice said, "Oh, Giant Turkey." It does sound like what mother was trying to say. Was gonna say. Yeah, this is so embarrassing and cringy. Except the mic.
Come on, my girl.
They sound.
When a real warrior.
That's because they out in the rain.
Jackie Rowe Adams.
Oh Jesus, we might not last the rest of this. Ugh.
Everybody! I stand.
It just seems like a In Living Color skit. The longer I look at it, it's like an In Living Color skit. They got every iteration of a character. Let's see. He looked like the Undertaker. You got traditional African garb. You got the crazy looking lady with the bun taped to her bald head. I don't know what's happening there. You got the lady in the back with the kind of look like she might be escaping a plantation. Hate to say it, but that's what that hat looked like. Let's see if we can hear.
And behind him and say the community is behind him and we want him reelected. To Donald Trump with 34 out protesting nowhere, that turns me up.
He can't even hear. It's so chaotic. He can't think this was a good press conference. He should have did this in a room in City Hall with just his friends.
The very first time you actually read this in the 7th-page indictment. It's the first time you actually saw the allegations against you. And in reference to your statement last
Oh, I can't even hear. Jesus.
about the migrant crisis, exactly who?
It don't even look like the news media because I don't see news media mics. It's just these two mics up there. Well, I guess that's I don't know. Maybe he invited his media friends.
Who are we talking about specifically with regard to that? And the first time you actually read this indictment today?
I think that the second question, I think we need to add.
I literally think his mics went out. Okay, I'm over it. It's on YouTube. I'll put the link in here if y'all want to torture yourself to try to listen to that. Here's the link of the video we're watching, but I can't do bad sound. Unshare that. Let's see, a couple more comments that start. Oh, let me take this off my face. Said the way those people surrounded him and supported him, that's what irritated me. He was so convincing to them. Yet another crooked politician. Right. That's what led us into that. Do so before you get named. That they investigate you. Yes. So the U.S. attorney was saying, he was like, if you have any information, come forward now, before it's too late. That was his warning shot to anybody who's had anything to do with this or know something. Come to us before we come to you, because if we come to you, it's gonna be too late, and you're gonna be on the hook too. Gonna be looking at some prison time. I was waiting for Al Sharpton to step up to the podium. Al Sharpton don't want nothing to do with this. he know Mayor Adams going down. He ain't want nothing to do with this. More like flying gnats. I like that. I think I might switch it to flying gnats versus ants. Because gnats are way more irritating than ants. So I think I'm gonna switch it to flying gnats. Listen to the crowd. There's a story. Yes, Sharpow. I noticed that as well. A lot of stuff that they were saying. So I'm sure more of that's gonna start coming out as well. No wonder why the news muted this part. Yeah, it's a hot flaming mess. Let me see if it got better. Because he's talking now. It seemed like their mics completely went out though. Let's see. It seemed like the mics went out and they didn't know, because the guy yelling on the bullhorn. Well, it looked like his bullhorn is gone, but the guy yelling is louder than him.
Analysis, and all of you have covered this. It is a felony to release a grand jury communication. That's a felony.
It's a fool. It's a mess. Let's see. Last couple comments. Let's see. Nah, he's going to resign. Just watch. I kind of see. I don't know how narcissistic and sociopathic he is, so it's hard for me. I don't know him that well. I've just heard about him. I thought he was the mayor for much longer too. I didn't know this was his first term. I thought he was the mayor for much longer. At least I thought this was maybe his second term or something. Mayor Adams got the church mother out the head of the male mothers board. I'm sorry, usher board and the trustees. Right, he got the whole church congregation out there. Poll question closing out. Had you heard that Mayor Adams was indicted earlier today? 90% of you had heard that. So yeah, that's where we're at with it. I will follow this story as well. Also wanted to invite you on over to, God, why is everything acting up? I wanted to invite you over to Patreon, where we're going right now. Oh, the computer's starting to freeze, but we'll try to work this out on Patreon. This is crazy, y'all. It lasted this long, at least, before it gave us problems. I don't know what the hell is happening. Okay, I'm trying to paste this, and then there we go. That's where we're going next. Thank you for watching. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't hit that like button. It is free to you, but invaluable to me and the growth of this channel. If you are a Patreon member or even a YouTube channel member, I'm going to also put share our Patreon link for tonight over there as well. So please look out for that. It's coming your way in a matter of a minute or two, and I will see you then. Till next time, take care and be blessed.